Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. 2018 Fireballs here, back with another MLB 9 Innings 22 video. We're back with the showcasing series today, and we've got 3 new teams to review. Before we get into it though, as a reminder, if you guys want to be part of the showcasing series, leave a comment down below with your team name requesting to be showcased. Don't forget to send me an in-game friend request to 2018 Fireballs. And then last and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. With that being said, let's get straight into the 3 new teams that we will be reviewing today. Alright, first team we have up today is Squishy Balls, aka Squishy on Discord. He's pretty popular around AK's Gaming's Discord server, and we usually hang out in voice channel and do a bunch of different things on MLB 9 Innings. Anyway, he runs a Houston Astros team with a Diamond S set deck, so let's get straight into the lineup. First batter in the lineup is a Jim Rice legend. Really wish I had this card on my Red Sox team. Train is 12 to the right side, 18 eye, 15 power, 12 to contact. Great job with the train right here. 18 to eye is what I like to see. Because that eye is so low, it definitely needs that amount of eye to training in order for it to be effective. Looking at the skills, bad ball hitter, charisma, prediction. Flawless skill set right here. Other than prediction could be better, but I honestly don't mind prediction being a third. If you want, you can use blue tickets to change it to batting machine, a spotlight, or slugger instinct. Either one would work just fine, but excellent card right here to lead off. Second in the lineup is a Carlos Correa 2015. I also have this card on my Astros team. 10 to the right side, 17 to eye, 14 power, and 16 to contact. So a very mixed train here. And you have skills, barrel it up, prediction, and slugger instinct. So I can definitely see why you went with contact 2 instead of power 2. Power kind of suffers for that, but I think it's okay since you do get the barrel it up bonus. And barrel it up is a very underrated skill, very effective at level 8. I have this on my Devers as well. Speaking of barrel it up, I have it on my Devers, and it works excellently with prediction and spotlight. So very similar skill set and a very good train on Correa. I assume he does very well for you. Third in the lineup, Jason Castro 2013 signature player card, 12 to the right side, and then 15 contact, power, and eye. Special training lines up with the highest base stats first, going 12 to power first, and then 10 to contact, finally 4 to eye. With this card, ideally you want to get eye second since it is lower than contact, but since he is a signature, he does get that boost with the signature bonus, so it's not that big of a deal. And you also have barrel it up and slugger instinct, which is another good reason why you should have gone contact second, which you did. So this train is a keeper as it is. I wouldn't change it at all. And you get the barrel it up bonus pretty easily, and I can't say much else other than you should have a better third skill, but that's nitpicking at this point, so I'll just leave it as is. Batting fourth in the lineup, George Springer 2016. He does have better sig years, but any sig year is a good sig year. 10 to the right side, 21 to power is pretty crazy right there. Love to see that. 13 eye, and then 13 contact. Second special training goes to eye, which is what I like to see right there. And he also has barrel it up and spotlight. He doesn't quite get the max barrel it up bonus that you could get according to the 240 rule, but he has over 100 speed and he has over 220 speed plus contact, so nothing wrong with going with barrel it up level 8 there. Could use a blue ticket though. Flashing the leather is probably not going to do anything on this card, so blue ticket down the line would be perfect for this card. Fifth in the lineup is a Yordan Alvarez 2022, his best year now after the insane season that he had. 12 to the right side, 18 eye, 15 power, 12 to contact. Interesting decision to go eye second here, or eye first, even though it is one of the higher base stats. It is lower than contact, but regardless, it is still very high. You got the skills, charisma, spotlight, and barrel it up. Excellent skill set right here. Charisma to level 8 is good. Just let me know why you decided to go eye 1 instead of power 1. I'm curious to know, but other than that, this card is really good. Sixth in the lineup is a Yuli Gurriel 2019, his best card in the game. 12 to the right side, excellent train. All these trains, by the way, are excellent so far, superb. They're spot on. But here we go, 17 to eye, 15 to power, 13 to contact. Eye 1 is important on this card since it is almost 10 points lower than power and contact, and then the special training lines up perfectly the rest of the way. With spotlight, prediction, and batting machine, this card should hit a decent amount of home runs and should get on base pretty frequently. So I wouldn't say much about this card other than it could maybe use a legend skill set. It's not the greatest skill set by any means. Spotlight, Slugger, and Charisma are the 3 ideals in my opinion. But this skill set should do just fine, and if you want to, I don't know if you want to waste premiums on him, but he would be a decent candidate for premium skill change tickets. 7th in the lineup is a Morgan Ensberg 05 Prime. I have this as well on my Astros team. 11 to the right side. Awesome train. 20 to power, 14 eye, and 12 to contact. Special training lines up very nicely right there. And then you have batting machine, ace specialist, and spotlight. Ace specialist might not be effective on him at the overall he's at, and being a black diamond. So this is another good candidate for a premium skill change ticket or multiple premium skill change tickets for a legend skill set. So I would consider that on this card since it is in the back of your lineup, and since it's not as good of a skill set as the one on Gurriel, you may want to even prioritize Ensberg over Gurriel. 8th in the lineup is an Altuve 17. I'm pretty sure his 22 year is now his best year, officially confirmed. I'm pretty sure about that, not too sure though. 14 to the right side. That's just unacceptable. You can't, 14 is too high, man. I'm just joking around with you. Anyway, 16 to eye, 16 to power, 11 to contact. You do ideally want to get less than 12 to the right side though. 12 or less to the right side, especially where you're at as a, not an endgame team, but as an endgame card, it could do better. But it's still good regardless. Special training goes nicely with that high contact, with contact being last for special training, and then skills are barrel it up and spotlight. So he is a normal card. It is his 17. It's not his best year. It's an endgame card, but he does have a prime. He does have multiple SIGs, and whether or not you're going to buy the Team Select Signature Pack, I would hold off on developing him for now, just because you may end up pulling a SIG or even getting a better year of him, that being the 2022 card. Skills are good though, and train lines up really good with this card. Finally, batting 9th is Kyle Tucker 2021. Pretty sure this is his best year. 13 to the right side, 16 to power, 15 eye, 13 contact. Excellent right there. Special training is perfect. Spotlight, Charisma, Righty Crusher. May consider using a blue ticket on him. Would not really go for it though, since he's a normal card and you're probably going to get a SIG of his later down the line. But keep him the way he is, and he's a good 9-hole hitter. And then just on the bench, you have Tony Perez here, and I assume, yes, he does. He has batter's chemistry, so excellent there. All your batters get that boost from batter's chemistry. Moving on to your starting pitchers now, your ace of the rotation is Juan Marichal, and he is a legend. Looking at the train, 5 to stamina, 18 to location, 17 to velocity, and 9 to break. Looks like a finesse pitcher train, and you do have finesse pitcher with control master and dominant pitcher. So a great endgame skill set right there for any legend pitcher. I would have personally gone dominant pitcher level 8. I know most people do that when they have the finesse bonus, they'll go with dom level 8. And if they have the dom bonus, they'll go with finesse level 8. Let me know why you decided to go with finesse level 8 instead of dom. I'm curious to know. I know most people go with dom level 8 if they have the finesse bonus. I would like to hear your decision on why you decided to do that. But excellent card either way. Great legend card to be your ace. Second in the rotation is Charlie Morton 2018. This is one of the few Astros cards I don't have on my Astros team, and I hope I can get him eventually someday. Great base stats right here, and a great train. 6 to stamina, 21 velocity. Love to see that red. 11 to fastball and 11 to location. Special training goes to the left side and then to fastball on the right. Control master, dominant pitcher, cleaning up your mess, endgame set again. Cleaning up your mess at level 4 is just as good as cleaning up your mess at level 7, so take it as it is. This is a great skill set right here, and you do get the dominant pitcher bonus, which is nice to see. Third in the rotation as signature, Christian Javier 2020. Oh man, I can't imagine how good his 2022 SIG is going to be. If they don't give him a SIG, I'd be very disappointed. Regardless, this card is still very good. Basically, the Brad Peacock, the new Brad Peacock of the Houston Astros. 5 to stamina, 13 velocity, 16 location, 14 to break. Another finesse pitcher train, and you have finesse, boss, and dom. Great leveling the skills out right there. Another endgame skill set. Fourth in the rotation, it just keeps getting better. Cole 19, 76 base overall, insane base stats, 6 to stamina, another finesse train with 16 location, 15 break, 13 velocity, and you have boss and finesse pitcher. Honestly, this would be your best candidate right now out of all the cards that I've looked over so far for a legend skill set. Let me know what you have in his second skill slot storage. I'd be curious to know. Other than that, he's an endgame card, and a legend skill set would make him even better. Verlander 17, unfortunately not his best year, but all of Verlander's years are pretty good, so I wouldn't be upset about it. 5 to stamina, another excellent pitcher train for starters. 17 to location, 13 to break, another finesse train, 12 to velocity, and you have a 3-3 set here. So this is another excellent candidate for blues when you have them. Pickoff King is pretty much going to do nothing unless you play PvP, which, I don't know, a psycho like myself plays PvP, but I don't know if you would. Regardless, changing that with a blue ticket would be the best choice, and dominant pitcher, cleaning up your mess, or even untouchable would do just perfectly for this card. Sorry if there was some very loud noise, some idiot was revving his motorcycle in the back, but regardless, let's get into the bullpen now. Chris Davinsky, 2016, no longer in the game, 5 to stamina, excellent train again. I don't think I've seen a train higher than 6 stamina on any of your cards yet, so this is excellent. I'm baffled right now. 19 to location, 16 to velocity, 11 to break, and then you go with finesse pitcher and dominant pitcher, 3-4-5 specialist. Really nice skill set to have. On this card, you do get the finesse pitcher bonus, so I'm assuming you're not done with special training yet, but when you do, I would go with dominant pitcher level 8 on this card, and just to get that fastball up with the velocity, so you can have all S tier pitches. That would be really nice, but a great setup man to start off. Second setup man is Kendall Graveman. I have this card on my Astros team. 16 to velocity, 14 to location, 12 to fastball, 4 to stamina. Great stuff right there. 4 to stamina train is perfect. Blast boss, dominant pitcher, mess. Can't ask for much more than that. If you're going to get a skill set without setup man, this is honestly the skill set you want, and honestly, the only critique I have is that dominant pitcher isn't finesse pitcher. Other than that, this skill set should do simply amazing. Second or first middle reliever in the rotation is a Ryan Presley. 2021, arguably his best year. First 8 to stamina train, so there goes the streak of 6 or less to stamina on all the pitcher trains. Still, this is an excellent train. All special training lines up how it should. 16 to location, 15 velocity, 12 to break, and you got the finesse pitcher skill with fixer and 3-4-5 specialist. So this will do just fine for a middle reliever. I wouldn't invest too much more into him unless you anticipate not pulling his seg, which that's probably not going to happen. But you're probably going to eventually black diamond him, and that's what I would do if I were you. Third, or I'm losing count. Fourth in the bullpen is Will Harris, 2016. His best year, no longer in the game, 6 to stamina, and 16 to velocity, 13 location, 12 to fastball. Then the skills, firefighter, fixer, dominant pitcher, a perfect middle relief set with firefighter. Just in case he comes in with runners on base, he's going to most likely extinguish that rally. So definitely keep him the way he is. I wouldn't even bother looking for a legend skill set on him. You don't have pitcher's chemistry though, so this could be a good candidate for pitcher's chemistry if you end up pulling a better reliever to replace him in the middle relief role later down the line. That would be my suggestion for Will Harris. Fifth is Ken Giles, 2017. I wish I had this relief pitcher on my Astros team. I don't know how long he's going to be in the game for, so I better hurry up and get him while I can. Anyway, 6 to stamina, 21 to velocity, love to see it, 11 to location, 10 to fastball with that special training. Boss Dom stability, maximize those skills, and as a third middle reliever, he should do just fine. Finally, in the long relief role is Rafael Montero, 22 location, 13 to velocity, 6 to stamina, and 9 to break. Special training goes really nicely on this card, and I wouldn't worry about him at all, really, since he's a long reliever. Finesse Dom is more than sustainable in the long relief role, and he's not really going to come into games that often, unless you play league mode, in which he comes in during the tie games in the 9th inning. But finally, to close it out, you have Billy Wagner, 03 Prime, the one card that I really need on my Astros team, and he has an excellent train. 18 to location, 13 break, 12 to velocity, skill set, finesse, winning streak, stability. Basically the perfect endgame skill set. Only thing is, if stability were setup man, that would just be even better. But that's going to do it for your team. Overall, very solid. Trains are very consistent throughout. I really have nothing to critique other than certain cards needing some blues and greens, replacing the regular diamonds with some signatures, and then just taking other certain cards to black diamond and then going for pitcher's chemistry. Other than that, this is a great team, Squishy. Love reviewing it. I hope my Astros team can look like this one day, but I appreciate you sending in your request. Now let's move on to the second team in today's video. Alright, the second team we have for today is Game Guy Lad. He runs a Dodgers set deck with a Diamond S set deck. And I haven't done a low overall team like this in quite some time, so this is going to be pretty fun, evaluating your team. Let's get into the first batter in the lineup, Manny Machado 2018. And oh, wow, right off the bat, that's a pretty crazy train, 17 to speed and 21 to contact. Unfortunately, that's not going to be good in the long term, so since he is a gold card, I would keep him in the lineup for as long as you can, and then once you get a better diamond card, a better diamond team card that is, I would go ahead and replace Machado, but honestly it's going to be hard to replace Machado being at the level that he's at. But that would be my suggestion for him, replace him in the future with a better team card when you have it. Second in the lineup is a Cody Bellinger 2020 card at level 10 out of 10. Train is looking good so far, 8 to the right side. My policy with training through level 10 is if it's less to the right, if to the right side it's less than 10 through level 10, then you should keep training him. So I would keep this train for now, keep upgrading him, keep going with it. As for the skills, Spotlight and Ace Specialist, I think those would do really good for now since he is a low overall, not fully maxed out. But once you do get him upgraded and trained to max level, I would go ahead and rechange these skills. Look for Spotlight, Slugger Instinct, Batting Machine, Charisma, and Prediction. Any of those skills combined would work really well for your team where you're at right now. Third in the lineup is a Mike Trout 2016 card, 14 to the right side. He's not a team card though, so I wouldn't worry too much about retraining him. Keep his train the way it is. It looks okay, but eventually you're going to want to replace him with a team diamond. Skills as well are really nice for where you're at. Charisma and Barrel It Up are two pretty decent skills. Barrel It Up is another skill that you could look for. I almost forgot to mention that. But keep the skills, keep the train, just look to replace him in the future with a better outfield team card. Fourth in the lineup is a Freddie Freeman 2022 card. Not the greatest Dodgers first baseman, but definitely up there as one of the better ones. 16 to the right side through level 12 is a bit high for my liking. So what I would do is go ahead and retrain him. And for where he's at level 12, look to get 8 or less to the right side through level 12. It may be hard, so even looking for 9 or less to the right side would do just fine. Skills are Laser Beam and Barrel It Up with Heavy Hitter. If you have skill changes to use, I would go ahead and use them on him and change him to the skills that I mentioned previously with Cody Bellinger. Now, on to the fifth man in the lineup, JD Martinez 2019, one of his better cards with the Red Sox. 11 to the right side. Don't worry about his train. Like Trout, he's not a team card, so I wouldn't worry about him at all. Slugger Instinct, Prediction, and 5-tool player should do just fine for now. Pretty good skills, and I would keep that where he is and then replace him with a better Dodgers outfielder once you have that diamond card. Sixth in the lineup is a Brandon Lau 2020, an excellent card with 82 base power. Train to the right side is way too high though, but like Martinez and Trout, I would go ahead and replace him with a team card when you have it. And if you are wondering, the best way to get team cards is by club crafting team select diamond packs with one diamond pack, one team selective pack, and then a few hundred club coins. I wouldn't skill change him, wouldn't bother with him. Look forward to seeing you replace him with possibly a Kike Hernandez or a Trey Turner. That would be ideal. So keep him in the lineup for now until you can replace him with a team diamond. Kike Hernandez, speaking of him, this is his left field card 2016. Not the greatest card, so I wouldn't invest too much into him. His train is okay, not great though. He does have quite a few better years. His 18 and 19 cards are the best Dodgers cards, so I would look to try and get that instead. And then for the skills, could be much better, but like Lau, I wouldn't worry about him. Keep the train, keep the skills, look forward to pulling a better Enrique Hernandez or a better outfield card that he can be replaced with. Eighth in the lineup is an Anthony Rendon 2016, another non-team card. This is in Anthony Rendon's best year, so he's not really a candidate for a 25th or 26th man, but his train is okay at 12 through level 10, but like all the other non-team cards, look to replace him with a team card. Skills are not great at all, but I wouldn't bother with him. Like I said, look for a team card. And then finally, ninth in the lineup, Austin Barnes, 2019. His best year is actually 2017 at a 65 base, so you could look for him. A better catcher would be Yasmani Grandal or Will Smith too. So look for those two cards through Team Select Diamond packs. And with the train and skills, I wouldn't worry about them at all. Charisma Laser Beam is actually not a terrible skill set for a catcher with Laser Beam. He'll be able to throw out a lot of base runners with that skill. But with Austin Barnes, I would keep him in as long as you can, but look to replace him with Yasmani Grandal or with Will Smith. And I also wanted to mention that you have a George Brett on the bench. Love seeing legends. Eventually, when you get the free grade increase ticket from the off-season event, I would decide to use it on him if you don't have any other team signatures or any better cards to use him on. But now getting into the starting pitching rotation, you have a Black Diamond Kershaw 2016 card to ace off the pitching staff. The train is not great, so for pitcher trains, what you want to do is look for 6 or less to stamina through level 20. So I would suggest retraining this card. You have him maxed out at special training. Look to get high velocity, location, break, and fastball. And with the skills that he has, if this is a 333 skill set, I would use some green tickets on this. So use green tickets to protect finesse pitcher and try to look for last boss, dominant pitcher, cleaning up your mess, or untouchable as the third and second skills in this skill set. So I would suggest to retrain and then use green tickets if that is a 333 set. If it isn't a 333 set, go ahead and reskill him, look for finesse pitcher, boss, all those skills that I mentioned combined, and he will be an absolute endgame of a card. So yeah, that's what I have for Kershaw. Great ace to have on any pitching staff. He just needs a little tweaking here and there. Second in the rotation is the best Zach Greinke that you can pull for the Dodgers. Train is much like Kershaw's. I would have to suggest a retrain. Look for 6 or less stamina through level 20. And then dominant pitcher, control artist, power pitcher. You're definitely going to want to look for 2 gold skills combined here. So like I said, dominant pitcher, finesse pitcher, boss, untouchable. Any of those skills combined will be excellent on this Zach Greinke. And as the best card that you can get of Greinke for a Dodgers team, he should stay in your lineup for a long time. Third in the rotation, and this is a rare card in itself, I would consider using this for a 25th or 26th man, Randy Johnson, 77 base, insane base stats. His train is going to have to be done over again with 8 stamina. When you're training through level 10, if you have 3 or less stamina through level 10, I'd say keep it and keep going. If you have more than 4 or 5 stamina, I would say retrain. With his skills though, like I said with with Greinke and Kershaw, look for 2 of those gold skills that I mentioned combined, and he will be a great pitcher. Now getting on to Walker Buehler, his best card is actually his rookie year in 2018, but all of his cards are pretty much the same. 5 to stamina through level 10. I would keep going with this train. If he does get more than 6 stamina within the next 2 trains, I would suggest to retrain. Looking at the skills, much the same. I would go ahead and retrain or reskill him and look for 2 good gold skills combined. Keep upgrading him though, and he's going to be an endgame pitcher. Julio Urias, 2021, another really good Dodgers starting pitcher. 5 to stamina through level 10. So same as Buehler, keep training him. When you finally get to upgrade him, if he has more than 6 stamina through the next 2 trains, I would retrain. Then the skills, pretty much like the rest of them. Just look for 2 good gold skills and then he will do just fine. So that's going to do it for the rotation. Now getting into the bullpen, we have Evan Phillips. I assume this was your wish player pack for the live wish player pack. Or your pick for the live wish player pack. Sorry for my English. But train is much too high to stamina through level 12. You want to look for on relief pitchers. You want to get kind of picky. But as a young team like you are right now, I would just look to go for 6 stamina or 7 stamina or less through level 20. Of course, when you get to upgrade him. And then skills for relief pitchers, you're going to want to look for setup man. You're going to want to look for the setup man skill set. You're going to look for winning streak, last boss, finesse pitcher, and dominant pitcher. Now, Blake Treinen 2021, an excellent Dodgers relief pitcher. So many teams want this card. You're lucky to have him. 6 to stamina is a bit high through level 10. I would retrain. Last boss and cleaning up your mess, though, is pretty decent for a relief pitcher where you're at right now. So I would definitely keep that until you're able to upgrade him to level 20. Then I would consider retraining, or sorry, not retraining, but reskilling him to have boss, setup man, or winning streak, dominant pitcher, or finesse pitcher. Going into the middle relievers now, a Clevenger 2021 card. Not a really good Dodgers relief pitcher, but you have a pretty good train rolling through level 12 right now. So I would keep going with that. And then you have Ace, Fixer, Golden Pitcher. Fixer is a good skill to have on a middle reliever, but ideally you want that to be combined with Last Boss, Finesse, or Dominant Pitcher. Any of those 3 skills combined with Fixer work really well with a middle reliever. Even some silver skills such as Stability and Firefighter would be great for middle relievers. Second middle reliever is Yimi Garcia 2014. Not his greatest year, but one of his better years. He has 2 other better years, I'm pretty sure, on the Dodgers. And you have Firefighter, Golden Pitcher, Lefty Specialist. So like I mentioned with Clevenger, look for any of those skills that I mentioned previously. His train right now is a little bit high through level 10, so I would retrain him. But definitely focus on upgrading him to level 20 before you retrain. Then you have third middle reliever Byung-Hun Kim, another excellent relief pitcher, but this is a Red Sox, so it's not a team card. I wouldn't worry too much about him. Just look to replace him with a team relief pitcher. You want to look for that Dodgers S-set deck on the team. It will significantly improve your performance in rank battle as well as in league mode. So don't worry about him. His train is pretty good through level 10, only 3 to stamina. This is what you want to see on your other relief pitchers and other starting pitchers through level 10. But keep him in the lineup for now until you have a relief pitcher that's on your team that's a diamond to replace him. Finally, in the long relief role is a Ferguson 2019. Another mid relief pitcher, not great at all really. But since he's in the long relief role, just keep him there for now and look to replace him later down the line with a better relief pitcher. Finally, in the closer role is a JJ Putz 07 Prime, one of the best relief pitcher primes in the game. Untouchable, warmed up lefty specialist. So he's another non-team card. He could be used as a 25th or 26th man. So for now, he can stay in your lineup for quite some time. So what I would do is keep his train, but look for some good closer skills. Closer skills, you want setup man, winning streak, last boss, finesse pitcher, or dominant pitcher. Any of those skills combined on a closer will do amazing things and it will be lights out in the closer role. But that's going to do it for your team. Overall, there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of good things that I see, but main priority I think would be to replace as many of the non-team cards that you have in your lineup with team diamonds, and then work your way there to getting better skills, and then finally work from your skills to get better trains, and to better trains to upgrade to black diamond and other things and so on. Another thing too, try to upgrade your good cards with other team cards. So try to upgrade Trinan to level 20, Phillips to level 20, Bueller and Urias. Once you get those guys to level 20, you'll see them significantly improve in their performance. But that's all I have to say. Great team. Thank you for sending in your request to showcase, and thank you for being so patient. And I know it's been a while since you requested, but I thoroughly enjoyed reviewing your team. With that said, let's move on to the final team in today's video. Alright, the last team for today is Emerald City 95. He runs a Seattle Mariners S-set deck with a Diamond S-set deck. Starting off with the batting order, batting first is a Trammell Legend card. 12 to the right side, love to see it. 17 power, 15 to eye, 13 to contact. Special training lines up perfectly with that low eye and that lower power than contact, so I love what I see right there. Pioneer, Charisma, Ace Specialist. Only critique would be to use a blue ticket on Ace Specialist. Try to look for Spotlight, Slugger Instinct, or Batting Machine, and this card will have been perfected. Second in the lineup is a Brett Boone 01 Prime. 11 to the right side. Great train, 20 to eye. Good job at getting eye first with 20 eye. That contact and power is just so high, and that eye just lags behind right there. And plus, the fielding takes away some significant grade increase ticket, or significant grade increase points from eye. So 20 to eye significantly helps that there. 15 to power, 11 to contact. Great job with the train. Pioneer, Batting Machine, Push Hit. It's a great legend skill, Pioneer, and Batting Machine's a pretty good second skill to have. You could use a blue ticket and try to get Charisma or something else, but I would save that for a 3-3 set. Or if you have any spare blues that you don't have anybody else to use them on, I would use it on Push Hit and try to look for Charisma, Spotlight, or Slugger. Third in the lineup is a Babe Ruth card. No longer in the game, only showed up during the Historic Player Pack sale, and his train is definitely going to need some work. I assume you went for a barrel it up train right here. And you did batting machine, slugger instinct, barrel it up. So he honestly doesn't get the barrel it up bonus. I'm gonna have to be frank with you. 240 speed plus contact is the max barrel it up bonus that I can think of. So I'm going to have to suggest a retrain on this card and then a reskilling. Barrel it up is a great skill. I don't know how he performs for you in ranked. If he does great, just fine, but my personal preference would be reskilling batting machine, slugger instinct, barrel it up, and taking slugger instinct to 8, then retraining this card for maximum power, I second, or maybe even contact second since it is lower than I. So here's what I would do. Power 1, I2, or contact 3, or power 1, contact 2, I3, and then reskill him for slugger instinct at level 8. Let me know how he does though, I'd be very curious to know. J Buhner 96 is your 4th batter in the lineup, 13 to the right side, and you did another excellent job with getting I first since it is lower than the contact and the power. 14 to power, 12 to I. Special training is great right there, and another triple 3 set. Love to see all that blue. Charisma, batting machine, slugger. Pretty much the perfect skill set you can ask for. And yeah, I have really nothing to say about this card other than leave it alone. Just keep it the way it is, and you don't have to really develop this card at all anymore. He is where he needs to be. 5th in the lineup is a Nelson Cruz 2015 SIG. Pretty much he's about to retire, so great job of getting this signature card. 11 plus 5, that's 16 to the right side. A little bit high, but it could be useful if you have barrel it up. 17 to I, 12 to power, and 12 to contact. Good job again getting I with the first points to special training. You have spotlight and barrel it up. Okay, so this isn't a half bad train with 11 to speed. I would go ahead and keep this. Later down the road though, I would definitely look for Pioneer or Bad Ball Hitter. Spotlight, barrel it up without that 3rd skill is not going to really perform well in the higher levels of ranked. So he is definitely able to be improved, but right now he should do just as fine as any other card in your lineup. 6th in the lineup is a Daniel Vogelbach 2019 SIG, 11 to the right side. Now that's a really good train. 16 to power, 16 to contact. Good job of getting contact second there since it is lower than I. And then finally I 3rd with 14. And then the skills, charisma, slugger, he's going to hit a ton of home runs. That 3rd skill is a low level though, so he's another candidate for a legend skill set with Bad Ball Hitter or Pioneer next to Nelson Cruz. So whenever you have those resources, feel free to go ahead and use them on Vogelbach and land something like Pioneer, Charisma, Slugger. That would be incredible on him. He would do so well in ranked and hit so many home runs. Finally, or not finally, but 6th in the lineup is Kyle Seager 2016. Nice to see that you got his card before he retired. Looks like you went for another barrel it up train, but you don't have barrel it up. Okay, Charisma, Spotlight, those are good skills. So what I would do here is retrain him for Power 1, Contact 2, and I 3rd, and then go for 14 or less to the right side. Ideally with SIGs, 12 or less to the right side. But other than that, you could also look for a legend skill set like Vogelbach and Cruz on him, and Pioneer or Bad Ball Hitter would suit him very well. 5th or 8th in the lineup, I'm losing count. 14 to the right side, good train, 15 power, 15 contact, and 13 to I. Great job with the train. Batting machine, spotlight, barrel it up. Perfect skill set right here. Oh, that's amazing. I don't know if he's going to get the barrel it up bonus if you upgrade him to Black Diamond. He most likely won't, even with maxed out special training. But barrel it up as a secondary or 3rd skill with batting machine and spotlight should make him perform well. So he's definitely up there as far as Black Diamond candidates on your team. Most of your cards in your lineup are already Black Diamond, but I assume he's on your radar list for Black Diamond. Omar Narvaez is your final batter in your lineup. 11 to the right side, great train right here. I 2nd, power 1, and contact 3rd. And then you have skills, charisma, slugger, instinct, a great 9-hole hitter. He could use improvement. I'm honestly surprised he didn't get a SIG card for this year, but I know that the Mariners should have 1 or 2 catcher SIGs, so you may want to look for that if you plan on buying the Team Select Signature Pack. But nonetheless, he's a great card to have. He's Black Diamond, so he would probably be last on your list to look for legend skills on. He should do just fine though in your 9-hole. Finally, I wanted to look at this Ketel Marte on the bench since he is Black Diamond and he has batter's chemistry. So all your batters get that bonus, which is excellent. I love to see that. let's get into the pitching rotation now, starting with your ace, James Paxton, 2018, his best card. I'm kind of sad he's no longer in the game right now. Hopefully he gets a bit healthier and plays for the Red Sox next year. But here we go, 6 to stamina, 22 to location. Love seeing that red. 14 velocity, 12 to break. Looks like a finesse pitcher train, and you do get the bonus with a 333 untouchable boss and finesse. Oh wow. I have Dom boss finesse on my Porcello, and he does incredible. Let me know how this does with untouchable. I assume it does incredibly. Last boss, level 8, perfect job with the skills, perfect job with the train, 6 to stamina. Only thing is that fastball is a tad bit low. You could get really picky and go for a lower stamina train, but I wouldn't here. I would just keep him the way he is. Perfect grade increase, basically just one more point to make it perfect. But excellent starting pitcher as your ace. Frank Bannister, 82, is your second pitcher in your rotation. 22 again to location. Wow. Man, I love seeing red on any card, no matter where it is. It just amazes me. 11 to velocity and 11 to break. Another finesse pitcher train by the looks of it. Holy cow, man. Ah, man, I need to up my game on sealing pitchers. I only have one pitcher with a 333 endgame set. Boss, finesse, dominant pitcher. This exact same skill set I have on my Porcello. He is another great candidate to take to Black Diamond. And then, like Paxton, max out boss at level 8. Man, no wonder I have so much trouble beating you in friend battles for stars. These cards are insane. Felix Hernandez, 2015. Not in the game anymore, but his 14 card would have been so nice. But 15 is nothing to sneeze at. Great base card, 3 to stamina, 20 velocity, 15 location. Looks like your standard left side train with slow starter and boss. Great skill set here. Too bad it wasn't higher levels, but I have Fireballer and boss, and it does excellent for me on my starting pitcher. And it should do much better with slow starter, I would think. So this is a keeper of a skill set. Once you have legend a legend change ticket or more premium skill change tickets that you don't need to use on other cards that don't have legend skill sets, or that you need to use on other cards that don't have legend skill sets, I would go ahead and try to roll a higher level skill set on this card just to make it even better. But that's the only critique I have for Felix Hernandez. Other than that, he is perfect. Fourth in the rotation is a Marco Gonzalez. I believe that's, yeah, Marco Gonzalez. 3 to stamina again. Man, when we talk about starting pitching must be or needs to be elite for every team, and you, sir, have done that with this team. I am impressed. 17 to velocity, 17 location. Would have liked to see velocity 1 since it is really low at 66 base, but if you do have the finesse pitcher skill, I won't critique that. 10 to break gets the third special training. You have boss, slow starter, so pretty much the same as Felix Hernandez. Since Hernandez is a higher overall card than Gonzalez, I would prioritize Gonzalez to get a higher level legend skill set over Felix, just because he's not as good of a base card, and even his third skill isn't as good as winning streak on Felix Hernandez, which will be at least a little bit effective. Power pitcher increases velocity, but it's not as effective as winning streak. Great first 4 to start off your rotation. DeGrom, 19, 26 to location. You're killing me with this location, man. It's crazy how much location you have on all these starting pitchers. Looks like another clean-cut finesse pitcher train. You don't even need to get any break to get the finesse pitcher bonus. Wow. 8 to stamina is a bit high, but that's, I mean, you got 36 to the left side, and that's incredible. Boss, finesse, dom, endgame skill set. He is a non-team card, though. So, I mean, you could honestly use this as a 25th or 26th man. But honestly, when you get to the higher levels of ranked, you're going to want to have all team cards or legends. So keep him in the lineup as long as you can. This must have taken a lot of resources to train him up, but keep him in as long as you can until you can replace him with another signature team card or a legend card. Getting into the bullpen now. Man, that was just the starting rotation. Now we're getting into the bullpen. All Black Diamond bullpen here. Besides Edwin Diaz, Drew Steckenrider is your first setup man. 21 to velocity, 6 to stamina, 14 location, 9 to fastball. Oh man, that's incredible. And a 333. Man, you're making me jealous, bro. This bullpen already, and this rotation, I need to up my game seriously. Cleaning up your mess, setup man, last boss. Honestly, the only critique I have is cleaning up your mess isn't winning streak or finesse pitcher, but mess should do fine. It's not ideal on a relief pitcher since you will allow base runners. So whenever you have spare blues to just spend away, I would try to look for finesse or dom with this card. Other than that, it's pretty much perfect. Black Diamond, max special training, boss to level 8, setup man, triple threes, incredible card. Edwin Diaz 17. Wish you had his 18, then this would be perfect. But oh man, you totally made up for it with a 2 stamina train. Wow, 18 of velocity, 16 location, 11 to fastball. Not maxed out in special training yet, but you do have... Bro, stop it. Another triple three skill set. This is insane. This is incredible, man. Bro, I got nothing to say about this card. This is just baffling. Alex Colomé 18 is your first mid reliever. He doesn't have a breaking ball, so low break doesn't really matter. Looks like you went for a standard left side train, and he has dominant pitcher bullpen day. Bro, these are great skill sets, and mess at level 1 should do great for a mid reliever. Mid relievers aren't assumed to do as well as starter or setup men, so you're probably going to allow some base runners. Mess isn't a terrible third skill. Chris Sadler 21 is your second mid reliever, 4 to stamina, 18 velocity, 16 to location, and 13 to fastball. Fireballer, fixer, dominant pitcher. Great job at shorting Fireballer here. But fixer and dominant pitcher maxed out are great on any middle reliever. And Fireballer is just the icing on the cake, bro. This is incredible. Sean Armstrong 2018 23. I'm gonna be done with this, man. This is incredible. 23 to location, 12 velocity, not maxed out on special training yet. 7 to stamina is a little bit high, but you can't pass up 23 location. Fireballer fixer. Honestly, you don't really need to change much else since he is in the middle relief role. Without a gold skill, he should do just fine with fixer and Fireballer. And since he is in the third slot for middle relievers, he won't come in as often as the other ones, so this card should be just fine. And Cishek, he better have better pitcher's chemistry. He has co-op pitching. All right, so co-op, boss, and mess. Looking at the train, excellent left side train, standard left side train. I would definitely go ahead and look for a pitcher's chemistry skill set on him, since he is in your long relief role. Unless you had somebody else in mind, let me know who that would be. But I doubt any of these other guys would be candidates for pitcher's chemistry. I don't know why I keep forgetting it, but Cishek, in all honesty, is the best candidate for pitcher's chemistry. So that's the only critique I really have for your bullpen, is look for pitcher's chemistry on Cishek. Finally, Colin Edwards Jr. just got put back into the game since he's playing for the Nationals. 65 base overall, 7 to stamina, 17 location, 15 velocity, 13 break, Fireballer, finesse, and holy cow, bro. I got nothing to say. That's an endgame perfect closer skill set. If it were bullpen day, it would be more perfect. And if you had setup man. But boss, finesse, Fireballer, that you don't get much better than that on any pitcher. That's gonna do it for your team. I am honestly at a loss for words. That is one of the best teams I've ever reviewed skills wise. Honestly, I don't understand why this game isn't performing in the tournaments. The skills that you have and the trains that you have, as well as the cards that you have, are just incredible. The only critiques, the only little things that I can say are get Kiner to Black Diamond, get Pitcher's Chem, get Diaz to Black Diamond, and replace DeGrom with a team card, and Black Diamond the bench, and you're all good to go. I can't really critique this team. It is just amazing and one of the best teams I've ever reviewed. And only for being only a 114 overall team, I am surprised at how good this team is. So very good job, bro. I enjoyed reviewing this team very much. One of the best teams I've ever seen. And for being a Mariners team too, you don't see Mariners teams like this that often. Shout out to Mariners Tim, who I reviewed in the last video. His team was awesome. But I gotta say, this team just barely beats out his team. I would like to see you guys go head to head. Mariners Tim and you, Emerald City, face off in a friend battle or in a tournament or something. But incredible team right here. Great job. Thank you so much for letting me review it. With all that said, now let's get into the outro and finish up this video. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's showcasing video. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like down below. And don't forget, if you want to be part of the showcasing series, don't forget to leave a comment down below with your team name requesting to be showcased. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and then last but not least, don't forget to send an in-game friend request to my team, 2018 Fireballs. With all that said and done, check out the description box down below for the list of showcasing. If you haven't checked it out already, you can see where you are on my list. I will get to you as soon as possible. You can also check in the description box my social media links to Instagram and Reddit. I post MLB 9 innings content frequently there, and I know you guys would enjoy. And finally, there are also other YouTubers that are listed down in the description box. Go ahead and check them out, show them some support. I know they would appreciate it. With all that said and done though, have a great rest of your guys' day. I will see you all in the next video.